All right, welcome back, sports fans. This is JAA. I am bringing a video of this game called Real Life Basketball Classic from Downey Games. It's an old game. Actually, was under a different name. I think it was back in the 60s or 70s. When it came about. I think it was kind of along the lines of Status Pro, and APA and stuff like that. Kind of given probably closer to Status Pro, just the way the card layouts are. But apologize, I'm just getting over a cold. So and it also went under a different name. I believe it was Basketball Pro. Basketball Pro Games or something like that. And then it got revised a few times, and now it's under. It used to just be pro teams, and now it's under. Now that they do college teams, they changed it from pro basketball to real life basketball classic. And I think they threw the classic on just to kind of keep the imprint of how the game used to be. So the original game design was the board or play area was like that, and this is how it used to look. Just kind of give you a quick rundown. So you've got your team, opposite teams obviously, and then you're going to be pulling fast action cards, and they'll give you the result of who's shooting and if it's good or missed, or it might have to refer to a player, the defense against the offensive player, or it could just end up in a foul. So a lot of the stuff was coming off your fast action card, and also would tell you what zone that you were shooting from. So, like, of course, this is like pre 3-pointer, so they didn't have the arc. Kind of like they do on this new version, and they took care of a lot of the numbering. Kind of just did it inside, outside, and then you've got your deep three, so which would be your eights right there. So kind of just a little bit of a brief history of the progression of this game. And then we also had a chart too that came with it. And this would get you into injuries, fast breaks, technical fouls, and all that stuff. And they simplified it. They basically took all this and put it all on your fast action card. And I'll kind of show you that here in a second. So I'm going to do a quick. They have two different versions of the game. They have a basic, and then they have the advanced. The advanced, obviously, get you a little bit more involved. Steals and stuff like that kind of come in play. The basic, you wouldn't really have that part, the stealing part and assists, stuff like that. So the advantage is, and it's actually not like, how like Stratomatic, there's like the basic, advanced, and then super advanced. And the advanced is nothing like even close to like you have to like learn how to referee a basketball game. So I'll give you guys a quick kind of rundown of how the cards look. I do have sleeves on these, so it might be a little tough to see at first. So, these are the two teams I've got going. They give you 6 teams in the 6 professional team, or no, 8. Sorry, 8 professional teams. If you just buy the base game, you get the fast action cards, obviously the rule book, the player board, which is basically this, score sheet, and you can kind of use your own, but I'm just using what they came with, just to kind of try it out. So I've got the 88-89 Pistons playing the 11-12 Heat. They have your fast action, break, offensive, and defense, what they scored point wise, allowed, home record, overall record. So kind of real basic. I mean, it helps you get to where you need to get. And these fast break uh, letters come into play if you get a fast break option. It's actually put right here on the table, so they simplified a lot of this, so you're not having a ton of charts out. That's probably one of my real I have a real bad drawback for having a lot of like charts to have to go look through. I don't mind a couple, two or three, and I can kind of set them out, like kind of build myself like a little looking up wall. But when there's a book, and I'm having to check the book like every two or three plays, it just turns into a nightmare. So I know people don't mind that, and some people like that. It's just not for me. So usually a lot of games that have those kind of features, I kind of back away. I'm not saying they're bad games. It's just not for me. So all right, so I'm gonna kind of give you. I'll also kind of give you this other little description of the actual player cards. So in the game, they don't have small forward, power forward, center, or shooting guard or point guard. It's left forward and right forward, and then left guard and right guard. So, and in the rule book, it breaks it down. Your right guard's your point guard. Obviously, your left guard would be a shooting guard, center. Now, you can play these things however you want, like any other game. You can have 4 guards out there, 3 guards, and 2 forwards. Obviously, you're going to want your better rebounders at the better rebounding positions to fight if that ever comes up. Because there will be times that you do need to compare and it doesn't necessarily mean the guy that's defending them. Sometimes like a guard will be defending the forward or whatever. Most of the time you'll be comparing the opposite player, but they do have the rare occurrences where you would have to check a totally different defender. So it gives you your height, the player's height, and that does come into play. If you're going for a tip, also gives them your position of the player. This field goal is attempts, and that the higher they have, typically they're going to be closer to being a starter. Also has their points per game down here, kind of let you know like how many points per game they scored, and then how many games they played. So apparently Juwan Howard was hurt a good portion of that season. So anyways, and also up here, up above this passing, this is a 3-point rating, and obviously these two don't have a 3-point. He does shoot a 3-point if it comes down to it. He needs to heave one, he can. Dennis Rodman, can you believe he would try to shoot a 3-point? And then Juwan Howard is a 0. That means in this season he didn't shoot any 3-pointers, which obviously he was only averaging 1.5 points a game. But I'll take like D Wade here, and this is the all-time great. So this is the Miami Heat all-time great. Oh, I apologize, not all-time great. Miami Heat 11-12 team. So this one means that D Wade can shoot only 1 3-pointer a game, unless it comes down to the last 2 minutes of the game. Then he can shoot more than that, but that's his allotted amount to attempt to shoot in a game. And then if we get into a 3-point shot, I'll tell you how that works. So he gets 1 shot. If he comes down and he's going to shoot a 3-pointer, he has to have to meet that requirement of a 6. So if it comes up, I'll obviously explain it to you. But we'll go ahead and get this getting going. I am just starting the second quarter of this game. The Pistons are down by 2. They started the game off. It was 9-zip, and then I thought there for a second I must have been playing it wrong, but they came back. So this thing comes with 200 fast action cards. They're a little awkward, not your normal looking fast action card. but there's a lot on them. So I'll show you here in a second when I flip this next one. Pistons get the ball. So I'm gonna show you the basic, and then I'll kind of do a couple plays of the basic, and then I'm gonna get into the advanced, because the advanced to me is pretty easy. So that's just how I've been playing. But I started off playing like about 2 or 3 quarters with the just the basic. I'm like, okay, I can get this. It's pretty quick. So up top here, you're gonna look at who's getting the ball. So we're just gonna look at basic. So in basic, you're not even gonna pay attention to this. You're just gonna look at this, the player that's getting the ball, and where they're shooting from. So that's all this card's gonna tell us. This flip. If you're playing the advanced, you'd read this, and it kind of tells you what's happening with this section. It kind of gives you like a narrative. And I'll kind of see the right guard works to give and go to the right forward for an open shot by the right guard inside. These right here, this is a +1 to his inside shot. Trying to get this thing to focus. Okay. So this is a +1 to his inside shot in the first half. So I'm still in the first half because I'm in the second quarter. And then if this was to come up in the second half, he gets a +2. So you kind of got to watch those when you're doing the advanced. And right now we're not doing that, but I'm kind of showing what it would be like. So we're just doing the basic. Right guard is going to shoot inside. So that is Isaiah Thomas for the Pistons. He's going to shoot inside. And what he needs, if it comes down to it, which it might not, Isaiah Thomas's inside shot is a 2, and D Wade's defense is a -3. So that actually makes Isaiah Thomas's inside shot a -1. So we just got to keep that in mind. And on this board, on the play service that they provide, because this game is, from back in the day, you actually write to kind of note that you already did that math before the game, and I already have him at -1. Only bad thing about this is if I sub out a player, that's going to change. So obviously I would erase it, or I would, put the new number here, and then I guess when D Wade comes back in the game, I just refer back to the first. So it kind of gets wonky when you start subbing out players, because then you gotta erase all that. And I don't understand why there's so many of these. I did used to play this when I was a kid. I obviously did not play it right, because I never used these things up top. But that's just how I played it when I was a kid. Obviously not right. All right, so now we know Isaiah Thomas is shooting inside, and he's at a -1. And then we consult the good. We just consult this shot, and it says it's good. So Isaiah Thomas made it. We didn't even need to see the math happen on that. Thomas makes it. 2-pointer. I'm also keeping stats off to the side, so that's one thing that might slow me down a little bit. Okay, so now Miami's coming back down with the ball. One thing, I still need to sleeve these just so that they pick up a lot easier. Okay, so the Heat with the ball, it's going to be left guard outside. So left guard outside is Mario Chalmers. And that's what he's working with right there. He can shoot it 4 times. And whenever you shoot it 4 times, 4 or more in the rules, that means this guy, if you were playing against somebody else, you could have him shoot whenever. You wouldn't have to wait for it to come up on the card. You could just say, I've got Chalmers shooting a 3, and then you would just go ahead and look for the shot. But we're not playing two players. So Chalmers is shooting from outside, and we read the shot. Shot's a miss. There's a lot of wasted space on this, but I know the reason why, because these actions up here when you start playing the advanced, they get kind of lengthy because it's a lot of description sometimes, and sometimes when you get in the shot, there's a lot of length too, where it'll say shot missed while fouled while shooting, unless the shooter is whatever, or the fouler or the defender has a foul rating of something. So they kind of do get lengthy, but for the most part, a lot of these are really just quick like that. So it looks like a lot. Like, man, there's a lot of wasted space, but then you'll get in some cards and there's a lot of stuff there and you're like, okay, that makes sense. All right, so we know Chalmers missed from outside, or yeah, that was outside. You could keep track of his shooting. As far as on the court, like mark misses and stuff, but that gets kind of like a lot of clutter going on there. So, all right, because we're going to check this rebound. Rebound's going to come off to right forward 3. So this right forward 3 is actually your power forward, and it just means the power forward on the offense gets 3 to their rating. It's a battle between the power forwards. Basically, it's saying power forward against the other power forward, and the the parentheses means that the home team gets the the offensive team. Sorry, the offensive team gets a boost of 3 added to it. So, offensive rebound for LeBron James is 2 plus 3 is 5. And Dantley has 4. So he actually got out rebounded by James because of that boost. If he didn't, Pistons would be having the ball right now. So James gets an offensive rebound. All right, so 1, this kind of goes into who's the highest on the team. So it's not just a direct like picking one position. It's who's the highest scorer on the team. So to find the highest score on the team, you would just typically look at down here, points per game. Also, this would give it away to the field goals attempted. So we're going to give it to James, who averages 25 field goal attempt, also 27 points a game. So he's number 1. He's the highest scorer, so it's going to be number 1, and he's going to shoot it from outside. James from outside. Shot is up. All right, here we go. He's fouled before the shot if the defender's rating is a 6 or above. Otherwise, it's good. So if he's not 6 or above, he's fouled. So foul rating is 2. So it's not 6 or above. So Dantley fouls James before the shot. So it's not going to be a free throw. But Dantley picks up his second. All right, Miami's going to set it back up. Right guard out. So right guard's going to be the point guard, and that's going to be D. Wade. He's going to be shooting from outside. Shot is missed. Shooter's fouled if defender's foul rating is 3 or more. So defender is Isaiah Thomas, and Isaiah Thomas' foul rating is 2. So it's not 3 or more. So it's just a miss by D. Wade. Okay. I'm going to get this rebound. Let me mark that. Miss by D. Wade. Rebound is going to be a battle between the guards. Point guard, offensive point guard gets a +2. So let's take a look at Isaiah Thomas. As I totally jack up the board there. All right. Isaiah Thomas is on defense. He's got a 4. Defensive rating, rebound of 4. and offensive rebound rating of 2 for D Wade, but he gets a +2, and ties. Ties go to the defense. I believe that is the rule. Ties on rebounds go to the defense. Actually, no, I apologize. It goes to the offense. So Miami keeps it. D Wade gets his own rebound. I kind of want to look that up again. Now I'm thinking, second guess myself. Okay, so now we're gonna start going advanced. You guys understood basics, very easy, pretty simple, very self-explanatory. So now we're gonna go advanced. So now this is number 2. So this would be the highest scorer, which is actually D Wade on the team. So basically, we're gonna look at the basic 2, and he's shooting inside, but we're gonna do advanced. So it's gonna be act, which is action. Pass to 2, who shoots from inside, and we're still in the first half, so it's gonna be a +1 to D Wade's inside shot. So D Wade's inside shot is a 5, and Isaiah Thomas's defense is a -1. So that brings it down to a 4, but then we got a +2 from the card. Oh, a +1, sorry. So back up to 5. So you don't really need to do this unless you start getting asked what the shot was. So the shot's good. We will have some that will be, and let me see what I've had in here. Nothing yet. So D Wade makes that, and that's, is it 31? No, it's 33. I accidentally hit that. Should be 33, 31. All right. Pistons coming down with the ball. Action. A pass to the post, who drives inside for a shot. He's got +1 to the center. It's obviously the post. And he's got +1 to his offense of inside. That's Lambier. And his offensive rating, I'm kind of just showing you guys the cards, how they are, so you can get a good idea of what it looks like. Lambier's inside is a 9. Chris Bosh's defense is a 2, so 9 minus 2 is 7, but +1 from the card is back up to 8. So Lambier has an 8 shooting, and the shot, here we go. This is what we're talking about. So you don't really have to do that math until you come across a card like this, and then you got to know it. So it's good if he's a 7+, or sorry, if he's +7 or better, which, because you can go negative, and there are cards that say good if -2 or better. So this says good if +7, so he's on the positive side of 7, and or better, and he's an 8, so that's good. Bill Lambier and the Pistons take the, tied it back up. I thought they were about to take the lead. All right, I'll do 2 more possessions, and I'll kind of wrap up from here. I just want to give you guys an idea of what this looks like. Real life basketball classic. Okay, the action is a pass to LG, who passes to the post for split with the left forward. Shot by left forward inside. Oh, he gets no adjustment. Now, if this is the second half, you get that +1, but because we're not, it's before halftime, this half, that slash, just think of it as halftime. So anything on this side, the left side of the slash, is first and second quarter, or if you're playing college, first half, and then obviously after, third, fourth quarter. So no change on this, but who has the ball? Detroit just made that. So LF is going to be James. Nope, sorry, Juwan Howard. I will tell you that some of these actions have you passing. So if it says pass, so that means you go to another card. And if you flip 3 cards, you're technically under pressure, and you have to deduct 5 from the shooter. If you get another card that says the pass again, then it's a shot clock violation. If he shoots, he's good if he's 3 or better. Okay, so Juwan Howard inside is 3. Dennis Rodman defense is a -3. So inside Juwan Howard is a 0. He is not 3 or better, so he misses that. And this actually goes really quick. Me describing this obviously is taking a while, but typically I think I went through my first quarter of this game probably took maybe 15 minutes. So we're looking at the rebound. Rebound's going to be right guard, which is the point guard's battle. So there's no advantage to the offense. It's just straight up. That means the 2 point guards are battling it out. Miami's D Wade, offensive rebound of 2, and Isaiah Thomas is 4. Thomas gets that defensive rebound. And this will be our last possession on the video. I pass to the point guard, right guard, who shoots from outside -1. Either way, it would been -1 either half, but -1 in the first half. So outside, Isaiah Thomas is shooting a 5. That's with D Wade's defense taken off. And also another -1, so 4 from outside. So the shot is missed. Shooter is fouled by left guard, which is Mario Chalmers. Okay, well, that's good. We'll do a free throw. That was not a 3-pointer. It was just outside. There are cards that have 3-pointer up there, or even in the action, it'll say a 3-point shot. And we might have come through some. Let me see if I can find anything. No, not yet. We haven't come across one yet. So anyways, so we're going to do free throws. Isaiah Thomas is shooting free throws. He needs an 81 or less for his free throw to make. And free throw right there, 80. So he makes the first one. And then the second one is up, 81. He makes the second one. He rattles that one down and in for a 2-point. That's the Pistons' first lead of the game. It's been crazy. I mean, this game is very simple. It looks like it's daunting because it looks like it's just a strange everything about it, like these things down here. I mean, I kind of get the purpose of it, but when you start doing subs, you're just going to have to erase it, which I think that's kind of why they made it like that, where you could erase it, or you could keep it in lines like, first team or second team subs, or you can put the names above, like this was, if he's carded by Thomas, something like that. And then if Thomas leaves, then a new guy comes in, you can kind of make your adjustment. So when Thomas comes back in, you already have that figured out. So, but that's only for D Wade. So if D Wade comes out, that all has to be erased. So it's kind of a ebb and flow math. But I think that's kind of what we all do when we get into games like that. Obviously, we're into the stat keeping, so there must be something wrong with this. But I will say, just to break down the card a little bit more. So you have your teams. So You have your teams, the fast break offense E, which is horrible. Um, Defense is B. So then you'll get into, so I haven't really gone over this card too much, but I will real briefly. So this is your first. Basic is without this action, just these two right here. And then once you get into the advanced, this starts, you only look at this. You don't care about that up top. And then you get your next card for the shot. Your rebounds right here. Your free throw right there. And then press. So you can start getting into press where the game gets a little bit more intriguing. That I have done that once in one quarter, just not just like playing around with it. It's interesting. So what I was telling you about this chart here from the old game, and then on the old game on the fast action cards, you had this on the very bottom of every single one of them. Whatever that was, you'd come over to this chart and then you'd find out what happened. But the fast action cards that they've come up with takes that out, takes that chart completely out. So if you're looking for an injury, say like when you pull a card and there are sometimes I've had two, I had to pull for injury. Luckily, the next card I pulled, no one was hurt, and it's kind of focus. So this is where it tells you who got hurt, and how long the injury's for. Half game, 2-3 games, and then this right here is to tell you who got hurt. That's the home right forward, which that would be LeBron James, which that makes sense. He seems to get hurt a lot. Just kidding for all you LeBron James fans out there. I'm not a fan though. But anyways, so that's the kind of where you get into that the fast break. So we'll do a fast break just to show you a fast break. Okay, so on the rebound, whenever you flip a card for a rebound, kind of like in the bank shot. No, I'm trying to find one and I won't be able to find one. Where are they at? Oh, here we go. Okay. So we're going to disregard some of this card. So we're going to flip and say, rebound right here. Oddly enough, all the rebounds I was getting were fights for the rebound, which is pretty cool. But this one just says defensive left guard, which is your shooting guard. So Joe Dumars would have got this one, and he got a fast break if the team's rated A. Kind of like in bank shot. If your team makes that qualification, there are some that just say fast break, and that means okay, sweet, this is a fast break. Not very often, so they would have to say fast break E, basically, to get that done. So once you figure out, okay, we've got a fast break, and say Miami got the fast break, so you're gonna look at Miami's fast break offense against the Pistons fast break defense, which is an E versus B. Okay, I'm gonna kind of get you guys in on this. So right there, you got an E fast break against a B defense. So that's a 2. Okay, so now we need to know we're looking at 2. So this is the card that told us we had a fast break. Obviously, we're disregarding that A. So we got a fast break. We looked at what we need to look at. It's 2. So we're going to flip the next card over, and we're going to look at 2. And it says 1 turnover. I believe that's... Oh, yeah, 1, sorry. It's still a turnover. 1 travel. So 1 is going to be the best player on the team, which is going to be the highest scoring player. So who was it? Joe Dumars grabbed that. So actually, it would have been Joe Dumars or Isaiah Thomas would have been the one because he's the number one scorer on the team on this right now, and he would have been called for traveling. So that's kind of where you get what your turnout was. So HU is held up, and WT. What is WT? Oh, wild throw, turnover. So that's all broke down, and also a lot of this stuff is right here on this chart, which is kind of a little bit of a cheat sheet of what certain things mean when you come across them on the card. It tells you right here on the actual. They simplified it. They took all the charts out of the game, which is pretty sweet. It's a fun game. I mean, a lot of times you're going to be flipping. So we'll just say, I mean, just running the basic, you're going to flip and go, okay, so I got LeBron James. He's my right forward. And he's going to be shooting inside. Cool. That's the end of that card. Second is going to be, he misses the shot. And the shooter's fouled by the right guard. So there's no check. I already know he did it. Unless it says the right guard has a certain foul rate, then it's just a miss. So on and so forth. So it's super simple. I mean, coming from Status Pro and Bank Shot, not in Bank Shot, but Status Pro gets kind of complicated with Z's and all that. So, and it has similarities to that though, where you have to deduct the defense from the offense, and stuff along that line. But they simplified it so well on the facts to action cards that you don't really need any charts. You just need this playing mat for this right here. This is just for aesthetics. I mean, you don't even need that picture because you I mean, obviously everyone knows what a basketball court looks like. So I don't know. It's a fun game. I do remember playing this when I was a kid, and I didn't know what it was called. I was just playing with my brother. Of course, I didn't even know what I was doing because I had no idea what basketball was or positions. So, but yeah, I would definitely recommend if you guys really like just getting into a different variety of basketball games is always fun. I'm going to be playing a replay of seasons that I've got for other multiple in-game engines like Bank Shot, SSG, Status Pro, and this will probably be in my rotation as far as when I start doing my season replays. I'm going to put this in just to give it a little bit of a different flavor, and kind of break up the, I wouldn't say monotony of, playing the same game, but it just kind of give you a little bit of a different outlook on things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to see any gameplay, I can definitely do that for you. Obviously, this is kind of more of a showing introduction type of video. Not really too much gameplay, even though I am actually playing this game, and that score is going to stay there, because I would love to see the Pistons take down the Miami Heat. So until next time, hope you guys enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, let me know. I know I've gotten some comments about not showing the cards good. I know that sometimes my sleeves kind of give a glare. So, all right, talk to you guys later. Be safe.